are women to blame for bad sex? Are we to blame for not having good sex? And then while we were talking, we realized, oh, yeah, we are. Because, first of all, we're not aware. And I'm not trying to generalize it, but the majority of us are not aware. We didn't grow up being aware. Either it be through home life, religious life, whatever the thing, or we weren't educated properly, even though if we knew about sex, but we did not know how to advocate for ourselves. Women till now are still dealing with that. And a lot of my peers, again, not only was TV shows, but pornography plays a big role. I don't
Huge.
I don't even want to glaze over that, because not only for females but for males, where I knew
Definitely.
guys that were just like, oh, but shorty in the porn like it this way, you don't like it this way. No, because I'm not her. You know what I
Pornography is not
mean?
real.
It's not
Well,
even
let me
real. It's
say
like
this.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a combination of factors, and I wouldn't necessarily use the word blame.
Mm-hmm.
It's use the word advocating, and self-awareness is a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
Now, guys have been, for the most part, society makes it easy for them to talk about sex.
Right.
Unfortunately, they're learning from people who claim to know stuff that they know nothing what they're talking about,
Right.
right?
Right.
So there's a
exactly.
false sense of awareness that happens sometimes on the other side. The
Yes.
same thing happens on this side as well. So sometimes I've come across women who talk, they seem to know what they're talking about,
Mm.
and then you realize, like I said, you don't know what you don't know. So it takes a different experience and you hear the conversation changes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then you have statistics out there that make us feel that it's okay to just be satisfied with the bare minimum. By that, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I am
Mm.
not sure what the number is right now, but there's statistics out there that say something to the extent like almost 80% of women
Mm-hmm.
do not have orgasms. And so
I heard
I've
that
actually had
before.
this conversation, and somebody said, "Well, that's a normal thing because statistics say that 80% of women don't have orgasms." I'm like, "Does that mean that it's okay? Or does that mean that 80% of women have been having sex with men who probably don't know
What
Right.
what
they're
to do
doing.
to bring them to that point? And 80% of women have not been advocating for what they
Yeah.
need because they don't even know what that is."
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
So you hear the statistics, and for me, I don't pay attention to it because that's not my reality. It's not,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
right? So it doesn't matter what the statistics say, but you have these things that are lining up or stacking up against you speaking up for yourself and being in a society that, I mean, right now I don't care, but for years, having this conversation was not going to happen with me,
Mm-hmm.
even
Yeah.
though the thoughts were there and I'd have one on one with Shayna.
Mm-hmm.
But you're concerned about how you're going to be perceived based on,
Mm.
for me, it was an upbringing thing, okay? How I was perceived in the religious community
Mm-hmm.
or even the cultural community, how people perceive you
Yes, in the
when you
Caribbean too.
put
Yeah.
yourself out sexually, when you advocate for yourself, or you know so much that you can even XYZ. You know what I'm saying? So all of those things cause you to take on a false sense of identity when in fact you really want
Definitely.
to. That's part of life. And I put it like this: we don't starve ourselves from food. You want to eat, you go find food to eat. You understand? We speak up about everything else. We say,
But
when if you don't know how to do something, go acquire the skills to do it. But then when it comes
Mm-hmm.
to this one thing, no, just wait, just keep putting it off.
Mm.
Anything else, if I wanted to get a job and I needed the skill, and I told y'all, I'm just gonna wait until the right time. I'm just gonna wait. I'm just gonna put it off. Y'all will tell me I'm stupid.
Mm-hmm.
I
But when
Mm.
it
agree.
comes to this one thing, we tend to make it okay, and it's not. It's a
And
matter. Go
and
ahead.
no, you're good. I was liking that you're saying that, because that's what I was leading up to, in the sense of like, when we spoke about it, then that's how we were talking. We was like, yeah, it probably is our fault. We don't know how to, speak up for ourselves. And I remember you even posted it in your status to see how other women would respond to that,
Mhm.
right? And so many women were saying so many things, but you made a valid point where it's not only on the women to blame. Yes, in a sense, I can see, because we've lacked the, like you said, the advocacy, the self-awareness,
Vulnerability.
compared the
Yeah.
vulnerability compared to men. But then realizing even men themselves,
Don't
have a lack of awareness too, right?